Maylin Lee is a 13-year-old girl from Canada ready to take her life into her own hands. Little does she know, her life is about to take a big, hairy turn. This is the latest film from Pixar, Turning Red. Turning Red is the 25th film from Pixar, literally a quarter to 100. But yet, for some reason, Disney decided, for some reason beyond my comprehension, to just forego a theatrical run for this film. Except for 1 or 2 theaters. That is why I find myself today in Hollywood, having just seen the film at the El Capitan Theater, saying no to the Disney Plus release and demanding Pixar films be viewed in a theater as they should be. I'll be honest, I can understand someone saying, flying 1,600 miles for a stupid bit like this? That's a bit overdramatic, don't you think? Just watch it on Disney Plus.
What's about sending a message?
And I, for one, am very glad I saw this film in a theater because it's full of great characters, great humor, and a great emotional story that is very, personable, I have to say, from the director herself. I consider the halls of Pixar main characters to be some of my favorites of all times. Buzz and Woody, Mike and Sully, Wally, they're just all great characters, and the latest edition with Maylin Lee is no different. Her character is remarkably endearing to watch. I have to equate that to the amazing voice acting performance given by Rosalie Chiang as this character. I really think she delivers a lot of just great emotion and humor to this character, again, making her part of the halls of Pixar great man characters. Of all the characters in the film that I'm aware of, at least, the only one that actually has a, quote-unquote celebrity voice actor is Maylin's mom, played by Sandra Oh. I think her performance as a mother was fantastic, and I think even by the end of the film, she takes the role into a completely new direction that I was quite surprised to see in a film like this. This is quite possibly the most surprising Pixar climax I've ever seen in a film. I never expected a Pixar film, let alone this kind of Pixar film, to go the route that it did, and I was so surprised by it, and I was so grateful that we got it. I was a big fan of that. I consider Pixar to be the best animation studio working in Hollywood today. Every film they make just ups the game on what CGI animation can do, and this film is no different, even if you want to deny it. I will say this film, along with Luca, kind of share more similar, vibes in the animation. Very, admittedly, a bit more cartoony than, something like a Coco was. But I think that really benefits the film's story that it's going for, and also it just comes off as exciting and fun and fast-paced and very stylized too, I must say, and it just really worked well for a film like this, in my opinion. I've always considered Pixar films to be a lot more braver and bolder in terms of their storytelling, at least compared to Disney proper animations. Like Encanto and Raya, I really enjoyed those films, but I have to say, just Soul, Luca, and now Turning Red, they're just, the stories that they tell are just so, I don't want to say out there, but they're just something that you don't really see in animation. You never see something like any of these films get adapted. It's hard to talk about without really spoiling the films, but I just don't see Disney proper making films this just unique ever really anymore. And a lot of that I feel can be equated to the fact that a lot of recent Pixar films have been made kind of by the hearts by the directors. Onward, Luca, and Soul, and now this, all were made passionately by the directors, and there felt like there was passion put into them. You can tell that the characters on screen are merely just a projection of the writers and characters themselves and stories that they may have encountered in life. I will say the film does tackle some, subjects that maybe I'm not the most well-equipped to talk about, and I don't want to discount the film on its merits, though, because of that. I am, of course, talking about the fact that the film takes place in Canada. There's a lot of talk online that you can't emphasize the character if you don't fit in that certain, group of people that it's made to represent, and I don't really believe that. A good character is a good character. Pixar's made films about toys, bugs, robots, monsters, freaking cars, and everyone loves those movies. But what makes this film different? I don't know. People just want to complain, I assume. I, as a Pixar fan, adore seeing Pixar films in a theater because I think the animation and the story and the characters are just brought to life on screen in a theater so much better than on TV. Not to say you can't enjoy this on TV, of course. I came all this way to see the film in a theater in the Disney-owned El Capitan Theater, ironically. This theater experience is probably the coolest I'll ever see a movie in, for the foreseeable future at least. Before the movie started, they had a DJ and they did this little dance party thing, and I guess if the theater was packed, like it probably was back on Friday, that might have been fun, but 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, it's kind of weird. But, you know, they're dedicated performers, and I have to give them that. All I ask is for Disney to allow Pixar to play in theaters nationwide for the first time in 2 years. They deserve it as much as Marvel and Star Wars and Disney proper animated films do. I hope to God it's Lightyear, because I don't know if I can do this again. Because Turning Red is just yet another amazing, fun, emotional Pixar film that I feel just deserve the big screen. And even if you don't have a theater showing this near you, I'd recommend you watch it on Disney Plus nonetheless, on the biggest TV you can find. I hope you all enjoyed this video. This was a 1,641 mile video in the making, and I do it all because I love Pixar. If you enjoyed this video, I ask you to please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and be sure to ring that bell and be notified when my next review drops. Until next time, I'm Quint Dunaway, hoping you will keep it cinematic.
The next day.
Wait a minute. This film takes place in 2002. I guess that technically means it's a period piece. That's pretty freaking funny.